after the games that have been played so far in this World Cup, it is evident that you cannot come into these games and underestimate your opponent. For example, we've seen some crazy games, the Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. Uh, Nobody thought that Ivory Coast can win this game, but they came into this game with a proper game plan and they won it. Netherlands played against Japan, and most people thought that Netherlands will come into this game, and actually they came into this game as favorites. They faced Japan, but Japan were prepared for this game. And one thing I would say is that most of these small teams are over preparing for these games. What do I mean by over preparing? They understand that they don't stand a chance against these so-called big teams from Europe. And when they come into these games, they come prepared to either win or get a draw. And that showed in the Cabo Verde game versus Spain. Cabo Verde were very good defensively. And again, coaches need to understand that you cannot play your team B. Like you cannot underestimate any team and say, I am not going to start my best players, because these games will come later to haunt you, because benching your best players and then getting a draw will be a bigger blow to you later in the competition, because at the end of the day you need the points, you need to advance to the next stage and keep on moving. So the best thing in every single game, you need to start your strong squad, and that was evident in the Germany game. They started their strong squad. They got many goals as possible and they won the game. That is simply how you're supposed to do it. Because if you can score 3, 4, 5 goals in the first half, then you can be comfortably, you can sub your best players, and then you can bring on your team B and let your best players rest. But you cannot rest them until you are sure that the game is safe. Belgium played Egypt, and in that game, I personally think that Egypt deserved to win that game because Belgium was not playing well. They were struggling a lot. There was no chemistry between the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Leandro Trossard, and Jeremy Doku. I didn't see much creation. They didn't create much. Kevin De Bruyne didn't create as much as we know him, how he does it. There was the Uruguay game versus Saudi Arabia, which nobody expected Saudi Arabia to draw in this game. But again, last World Cup, they surprised us. And for me, I expected that kind of performance because Saudi Arabia has a very good squad. Most people don't understand that the Saudi Pro League is very competitive and they always look down on them. But they have proven time and again that they are a team that can comfortably compete in any stage, win games, get draws from big teams, and for them, it's not a problem. And the last game was Iran versus New Zealand. Now, I don't really rank New Zealand in terms of football. Their rugby team is one of the best in the world, but football, not that much. But again, Iran, a team that has been frustrated by the United States, even after the game, they were told that they cannot stay there. They have to fly to Mexico. And this is frustrating because after the game, you are tired. You just want to maybe take a shower, take a rest, and prepare for the next game. But the United States told them, no, you guys are not going to stay here. You need to pack your bags and leave immediately after the game. They didn't even give them a chance to hang around. And I think, personally, I am rooting for Iran. I know probably they might not be as good as other teams, but I am rooting for them. It would be historic if these guys could go all through or even maybe get to semis or quarterfinals. I am rooting for them because nobody deserves to be treated the way Iran and African teams are being treated. Now, tonight we have some few big games. We have France versus Senegal, and this will be a very crucial game in this competition. And finally, we can see how France will be playing, and we also are going to see the African champions tonight, Senegal versus France. Both are my teams, so I don't know which one I can support. But if Senegal can win this, the best, all the best to them. And both are my teams. I'm supporting France. I'm supporting Senegal. So I hope Senegal can win this and maybe start the tournament on a good note.